Hello, my name is Mitch, and I draw Blood Force and talk about old ass comics. And today we're talking about Dale Keown's Pitt #1. And there might be some people these days who don't know who Dale Keown is because he doesn't really draw a ton of comics. Dale Keown broke into Marvel in 88, 89, somewhere around there. Before that, he was working at Aircell Comics, which is a little Canadian comic company. Worked there for a little while, for like 3 years, and eventually came over to Marvel. I figured he might have done the thing that everybody does, where you do the fill-in thing, and then they give you a shitty comic to run for a while, and then no, we'll give you a good comic. No, he did one issue of the Nth Man, and then just glommed onto the Hulk and did that forever. Did that for, what was it, like 23 years, 27 issues? 27 months, and he did like 23 issues. And I think that pace must have just about killed him. Because he never came anywhere near that for the rest of his career. But, yeah, so after, of course, working at Marvel for a while, he goes and joins the Image guys, because he's one of the last holdouts for the great Marvel artists, and starts his own comic, Pitt, which I don't think is an acronym. I don't know why it's called that. I don't know if Dale Keown knows why it's called that. Dale Keown doesn't seem like a dude who thinks about things a whole lot, but that's okay, because he draws things very nicely. And this cover here looks like it may be a little familiar. I don't know. Perhaps. Nah. Or perhaps this other one that I may possibly be showing. Nah, I don't think it's that similar. He likes his image, man. I don't know. I feel like with the Hulk issue here, it's like, yeah, that's cool with the double lighting, big close up of the face. But I don't know, it doesn't look that great. So I'll do it better on Pitt. And he did it on Pitt, and I don't even have to worry about drawing a nose. And then, then he went back and, I'm going to do it again on Pitt, because that was fun. And then he forgot to even draw a mouth. Like, it's just gums. I don't know, I think he went too far with it, personally. But, we should start with some supplemental material first, because this is going to be real goddamn short. So, Pitt's actual first appearance is in Youngblood #4. And what happens? What crucial bit of information do we get from Youngblood #4? Well, first thing, of course, is, Dale Keown hasn't really missed a step or anything. Even if he's drawing stuff that we don't care about. So aliens, something escaped from the aliens. And it's dangerous. Awful lot of panels to show that. That's okay. And then we cut to a subway on Earth. And Pitt shows up. And we get the Teen Wolf claws growing out time-lapse shot. Which is another thing that will come up again. And then, yep, Dale Keown's Noseless Hulk wrecks everybody. And then leaves. That's it. That's our vital information. So what happens in this issue here? Not a whole lot more, really. This is, biker gang. Biker gang saw Terminator and knows that when you find a naked bodybuilder, you better harass that naked bodybuilder. You're just missing an opportunity for some crazy drama if you don't. Okay, better. Sorry about that. I didn't realize how bad the glare was. So what we're seeing, of course, is we're actually seeing is Dale Keown actually giving himself enough time to draw everything he wants to draw. And I mean, he's really taking his time with these pictures here. I mean, you look at the close-up of this arm. I don't know. I feel like muscle arms are like just Dale Keown's favorite thing in the world. He's going to do shit ton of veins. He's going to double light it. He's going to do cross-hatching all over the place. Then he's going to white out some more veins over top of it and shade those properly. And then he's going to white out arm hairs in here. And Dale Keown is inking all of this, by the way. So, pencils and inks. He didn't write it, though. Nobody wrote it. He just drew pages, and then some intern wandered in and Dale was like, I don't know, put some words on there, and I will credit you. And he's like, okay. And so they all harass the giant naked bodybuilder. And giant naked bodybuilder causes destruction. As is tradition. And, I mean, this is the point of the comic, right? Just big muscle dudes destroying everything. And then we get Teen Wolf Claws extended scene, time-lapse thing. And big hoo-ah, leap and shot. And I mean, really, we might as well, we could close the comic at this point, because that's all Dale Keown gives a shit about. But because, you can't just draw awesome monster stuff. You gotta have something like a story. And I mean, I give him some credit. He didn't completely flake out on this stuff. These backgrounds look okay. Well, I mean, how much of this is the colorist, though? Yeah, there's not a ton in there. Not much in here. A little bit in here. You know what really stands out to me about these books, or about this issue anyway, is the lettering. I don't know, they were really getting into the color separations. And they really overused it in this one. More so than I remember with the other books. So like this business here, this stuff here, this is all way too much. The gradation in the coloring, in the word balloons, like what's the point of that? It's kind of funny. You can see where the paste up went there. Somebody wasn't paying too much attention. And we're going to refer to the Youngblood number 4, subway maiming. And yeah, printing on this, like this guy looks okay, but everything else here is very fuzzy. I don't know if you can tell or not. This stuff here is very dark and fuzzy. And this is the stuff that Dale Keown wants to draw. Double lighting, barely even elbows. It's just a big meat tube. And he doesn't want to draw any of this. Which little alien in that chrysalis kind of thing. Yeah, just put him in a metal tube. We're not drawing any backgrounds. We're not going to draw any kind of details on the aliens themselves. And then we're going to backlight the aliens coming in. Just like, get me out of this issue. And this stuff here, yeah, there's a lot of close-ups. He's just kind of whipping through this stuff. This stuff he's taking a little bit extra time on. But like no backgrounds or anything. Just the heads. Just the easy stuff. And then an evil alien shows up with a couple of thwomps. And he's going to take some time on these thwomps, on that alien hand thing there. And that's kind of it. Like, nothing really happened at all in that issue. And then we get some weird Sam Keith pinup art. And if it wasn't weird, you'd feel ripped off. And some weird other art by, I believe, I understand this is one of the other air cell artists. That is just the grossest looking Pitt you've ever seen. And then a whole bunch of vintage ads here. Including some Sergio? Come on, man. Sergio Aragonés. And a pretty, I don't know what this is. Tom Mason's Dinosaurs for Hire. It looks pretty professional. Like, that's pretty clean looking. How do I not know who you are? And this is interesting, actually, because this is what the schedule looked like when Pitt #1 came out. So Dale Keown was one of the last holdouts, it feels like. Or at least one of the last guys to come over from Marvel. His last issue of the Hulk was number 398, which came out in October of 92, I believe. And then Pitt #1 comes out January 1st, 1993. Should be. Yeah. So, in this time, Image has been going since, I think the first one was May. Either Youngblood or Spawn. I can't remember exactly offhand. So since then, we're up to Shadowhawk #4, Spawn #8, and they're already teasing #10 with Dave Sim. Brigade #4, Supreme #2, Youngblood Battle Zone, which is like the Youngblood, like how Punisher did the Armory, where they're just doing the weapons and the gear. I can't imagine that was any kind of good. It's like the whole point is getting details, and like you get the Image guys just like dashing stuff off. That'd be awful. You get the Savage Dragon trade paperback, Wildstar #1, which is part of like Wave 3 or I don't even know, and Pitt #1. And you know, Dale Keown's all raring to go, so he's probably gonna jump right into issue 2, right? That thing's coming out. Like there might be a bit of a layover because like he's not used to just running an issue all by himself. But he'll get the hang of it pretty quick, right? Like, July. That previous one was January. It's like, oh shit. We had a bit of a good time in between there, I think. Well, I'm sure he's got his feet under him now. He's going to be all ready to go in time for #3, right? In February. In one full year, he released 2 issues. And the schedule did not improve much after that. Pitt came out with a total of 20 issues, as far as I've seen, over the course of 6 years, 1993 to 1999. And not, end of 93. It was January. Oh. And yeah, he was coming out with like 2, 3, 4 issues a year. Just whatever he felt like drawing, I guess. I mean, if he can afford to, that's cool, I guess. And these comics, like I took a quick flip through them. Nothing happens in these. This is junk. You get Betty from The Incredible Hulk. That's a little weird. And we upgraded our paper, I think. I believe the previous one before this was, it was the non-glossy stuff. We're still doing too much color in the word balloons. But yeah, he stops a bank robbery / kidnapping. And then the Thwomps and the alien go after Timmy, the little kid, because they think he's Pitt, because something when he first popped in, his DNA mixed with Timmy's or something. And then, yeah, Pitt kills the Thwomps. That's about it. And issue 3, there's even less going on, really, because the little bit of threat that we set up in the last issue, well, we killed it, didn't we? So how are we going to start this one off? With Bambi. He's not inking his own stuff anymore. That's a bit of a shame. You can kind of see it, too. This is not the same kind of detail. But yeah, Pitt don't like no hunters. Dale Keown likes devoting a double-page spread to Pitt standing there looking menacing. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that is kind of weaker inking. Interesting. And then the evil alien shows up, and he goes after Timmy. And Pitt goes, no! He does too. He actually says no. And he leaps away, and that's the whole issue. And then you get a backup feature, because Keown only felt like drawing 16 pages that time. And this, I remember seeing this backup feature before. I don't remember it actually turning into a comic, but it looks kind of interesting. Like it looks like there's more going on than Pitt, anyway. I don't suppose you can really complain. I mean, you do kind of get what you pay for in this. I guess the problem really is more a matter of pacing than anything. You think of Savage Dragon and that first issue, and the way he paced it out kind of perfectly, where like first 5 pages are like not just fight, but like the heavy duty fight. Those are the big hits, and then you get some backstory, and then you get a little bit more of a fight. Not a big heavy, not a hard hitting extended fight, just a little bit. And then you get some more story, but like the intensity's built up. And then you get another fight but this is more of a shooty fight. And and a little bit more story to finish it out. But like you get a lot packed in there. You really feel like you get your money's worth in that first Savage Dragon book. This is all just junk food. It's very pretty junk food, though. Like Dale Keown, he loves drawing this shit. Again, at least this first part. It's interesting seeing it happen in real time, where it's like this is all the stuff that the guy wanted to draw, and then somebody went, "Hey Dale, that's only 10 pages. We kind of need some more story to throw in there." And he went, "Oh man. Okay, somebody write something, and I'll just kind of throw something together." Should we get that intern again? I guess. And you see him just not giving a shit on these pages. just get me to the point where I can draw the thwomps. I'll take care of the rest. Yeah. So, it hasn't even occurred to me to give these things grades up to this point. I suppose I don't know, we may not. If we were going to with this, I'd probably go with like a C+. The art's great. Maybe like a B-. Because that's the point of Image, is the art anyway. That's the whole point. The art looks fantastic, other than when he doesn't give a shit. And you get some pretty cool monster reaction. It doesn't feel like a ton, because it's all packed in the beginning there. And then you get a bunch of fluffy bullshit, just to pad out the issue length. Yeah, I wonder who was like just waiting with bated breath for the next one of these. I can't imagine too many. Somehow he kept going. Like, this issue 13, and somebody was like, "Finally!" After 4 years. So yeah, that's it for Pitt. Next time, we got a couple options we could go with. We can go with, I don't know. X-Men #1 is one I keep thinking of doing. There's also Wetworks #1. Brigade keeps lurking in the background. I'm not that out of ideas yet, but it's ever present. In the meantime, please hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe, hit the notifications. You can follow me on Twitter at Team Blood Force, or you can go to my Patreon where I put all my pages on my original art. You can put these videos as well. You can, but you don't have to, because I will. It's weird. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and stuff. Bye.